by Mary Spender. So I just watched her newest video. I think it's her newest. It might not be her newest by now, but it was the newest when I watched it. And she titled the video "Want a Jam" or something to that effect. I'll put a link to that video here. But if you watch the Fret Buzz on Casino, you know that I've been doing for the last few weeks, and we skipped last week, by the way. So sorry about that. It was my fault. I was going on a gig, and we did not get to it before I left. So I figured taking a week off would not kill us. But I apologize, and we're back at it, back in the normal routine. So for this week, that will be the jam track of the week. I'll put the link to Mary's video in the description of this video. It'll be in the description of the Fret Buzz video. I'll talk about it there as well. So if you want to jam on it, have at it. I think she even put a spot to send it to her on Instagram and said that she would pick her favorite, maybe, I don't know if she said her favorite or her favorite few, and maybe send them some merch or something. So that is super cool. Yeah, awesome stuff. So check it out. I'll tell you what I was doing on this one. I had on a little bit of overdrive, playing the 335 through my Super Comet. I had on the Earthquaker Devices Dispatch Master, which is a delay and reverb together. I got the delay time set really, really short, but with lots of repeats, and a decent amount of reverb. Because the track just sort of felt like that to me. Here's the sort of tone I was using. And we talked about before about taking those pentatonic shapes, and instead of I'm going to turn the delay off just so you can hear what I'm playing, but instead of playing them pentatonically, which that's what I would call shape 4. If you watched my shapes video, you know what that is, about all the 5 pentatonic shapes and where they come from and how to use them, all that junk. Shape 4 in E minor. The little jam was in E minor or G major, however you want to think about it. And it worked really, really well. Not pentatonically, but diatonically. So right here it would be this shape. In slow motion, that's 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. And you could play all those extra notes over pretty much everything Mary was doing. What's awesome about switching to diatonic, and what I really think when I hear stuff like this, is all those little half steps we get. And if we're playing pentatonic, we don't get those. We end up with bigger intervals, either a whole step or a step and a half. That's it in the pentatonic. So everything we play, step and a half, step and a half, whole step, whole step, whole step, step and a half on every string. So when we add those little half steps in there, and if you don't know what a step is, a step or a whole step, it's 2 frets on your guitar. A half step is 1 fret on your guitar. So another way to think about it is from D to E is a whole step. From D to D sharp or E flat, whatever you want to call that note, is a half step. If you don't know about that, look it up. I'll do a lesson on intervals at some point and talking about that kind of stuff, because I think it's really cool when it's something every guitar player should have at least a basic grasp on. But it's not just guitar players, just musicians, just intervals. But anyways, so I'm thinking diatonic scales over this. I'm trying to think fairly melodic, and I'm really trying to make use of those little, half-step places in the scales, because they're so cool for hammer-ons and pull-offs, or little quicker, flourishes. I just played it. I should be able to remember exactly what I did more, but I also was playing things like fourths, which on every string pair except the G to the B, if you just play the sort of same fret, and slide around, you're playing fourths. I do them on the high E and the B a lot. I feel like that's very sort of Jimmy-ish, but you can do it all the way up this first shape. And then I ended on that E, and that sounds cool. So you can do stuff like that over this. Lots of little triad or arpeggio things. A thing I want to point out to you arpeggio-wise is if someone's playing an E minor, and that is a minor key, obviously. If you think about this song, it resolves to the E minor. So technically, this is not really in G; it's really in E minor. Although, again, in my brain, it doesn't matter a ton. And here's another example of how it maybe does not matter as much. If you take the relative major, which in this case is G, and if you happen to know a G major arpeggio, which, you know, that's one way to play it. The way I'm playing that is I'm going 10 on the A string, 9 on the D string, 7 on the G, 10 on the B. I'm sorry, I said 10, 8 on the B, 7 on the G. And really all that is it is just starting from the 10th fret. It's like I'm playing a C chord, but if I play it with my pinky, my ring finger, and then my middle finger, and then sort of bar right here with my first finger. It's like I played a C and just slid it up. I have a lesson coming out about triads, some of these shapes like this, and by the way, so if you're not familiar with some of that stuff or you've never done caged, that should be helpful. But anyways, there's the triad, or not the triad, the arpeggio. And I'm going to turn it into a major 7th arpeggio in this case for the G. So G major 7. So instead of just playing the 10, I'm going to slide there from 9. Going to play 9 again on the D string, 7 on the G. On the B string, I'm going to slide 7 to 8. Then I'm going to play 7 on the high E. I can actually play that 8. Can play 10, can play 12. I can even just do this little one down here, 7, 8, and then 7, 10. And then sort of intersperse some notes from that diatonic E minor natural scale right there. And that sounds super cool. I was doing a few things where I was playing the open note with my finger hybrid picking. When she did that low down part, that's what I was sort of playing. So that way I'm getting this note on the G string, that B to A from 4 to 2, but I'm also getting the first string open. So I could really play the whole scale right there and have the first string open. It sounds cool. You just have to get used to hybrid picking it or doing it with your fingers. I'm probably better at hybrid picking it. Lots of cool things you can do right there. So that's some of the things I'm thinking. A very mini lesson today, maybe not as in depth as some in the past, but more just dedicated lesson videos coming soon. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed the jam, and I just kind of wanted to participate in Mary's challenge there to jam with her and to post it because I just thought that's really cool. I love things like that. I love when they're sort of community things that everybody can sort of be a part of and jam together and play. That's why we make music, right? To do cool things like that. So anyways, check out her video. Make sure you do a take on that. Make sure you subscribe to her if you enjoy it. She has lots of cool content. Again, that'll be on the Fret Buzz, and that'll be the Fret Buzz Jam for this week. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss videos in the future. Lots of more fun things coming out here and at Casino. As always, I appreciate you guys coming over. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.